Tres Leches is a ridiculously moist cake that is soaked with a delicious mixture of three milks: evaporated, condensed, and regular milk. This starts with a delicious cake base made extra light with the use of egg whites. Once it's baked, it's pricked with a fork and then it's soaked in this delicious three milk mixture. Once everything is absorbed, it's topped with sweet, fresh whipped cream and fresh strawberries. Let's start with the cake batter. I have 2 cups of cake or all-purpose flour. I prefer cake flour as it makes a much lighter cake. Sift this, and it's so important to sift your flour so you get a nice lump-free and light cake. I'm also going to sift 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder, and I will be adding in half a teaspoon of salt. Now I'm going to separate my eggs. I've got 5 extra large eggs here, and you will notice that I'm using glass measuring jars. Especially for the egg whites, using a hand whisk, I find that they whisk much faster than using a big stand mixer or a bigger bowl. I'm going to separate these eggs, and I'm going to start with the egg whites. I have 1 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, and I'm just going to add 1/4 cup of this into the egg white mixture. Start whipping the egg whites for about 10 to 15 minutes. Once it's at its stiff peak stage, just keep it aside. Now I'm going to work on the egg yolk mixture. Add the rest of the sugar. I'm going to add half a cup of whole milk or buttermilk, and I'm going to beat it. I'm also going to add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now add this egg yolk mixture into your flour and mix it. I'm also going to scrape the sides with a spatula to incorporate. You don't want to overmix, just make sure that the flour and the egg mixture are combined. Once this is done, I'm going to fold in my egg mixture very carefully. I have an 8 by 10 inch here that has been buttered, and I lightly dusted it with flour. The depth of this dish is 2 inches, and it's perfect for this cake as I can serve this straight from the oven. Now I'm going to pour in all of my batter. Give this a light tap, and I'm going to add it into my preheated 350-degree oven, and I will just let this cook for 30 minutes. While the cake is baking, I'm going to prep my 3 milks. I'm going to start with a can of evaporated milk. This can is 354 ml, and then I'm going to add in half a cup of whole milk or buttermilk. Add in 1 more teaspoon of vanilla essence and a 300 ml can of condensed milk. Beat this well together to incorporate. Once the cake is baked, allow it to cool down, and when it's just warm, prick it all over with a fork. Now I'm going to ladle in the 3 milks, but I'm going to add in a little bit at a time, allowing it to soak in between before adding more milk. You can also use a skewer or a chopstick to make additional holes. After After all the milk has been absorbed, I like to cover it with a piece of parchment paper or wax paper, and I'm going to cover the whole dish with cling film. Chill this for 1 hour to overnight in your fridge. To finish off this cake, I'm going to whip 400 ml of fresh cream, again in a measuring jar as I find it whips much faster. I'm also going to add 6 teaspoons of sugar. You can add as little or as much sugar as you like. Once the cream is nice and thick, I'm just going to spread it on top of the cake. I like to allow this to chill in the fridge before I'm ready to serve it. Traditionally, this is topped with strawberries or peaches, but you can customize this any way you like. Enjoy!